that we do cooperate and we want to increase the cooperation with countries and continents everywhere in this world to progress together on a peace agenda and an open trade agenda, open and fair trade agenda. This is why we want to multiply this intimacy with ASEAN, CPTPP, the African countries, LATAM countries, and I think this is a very important strategy which has nothing to be subtracted to our existing alliance in NATO, but is a very important complement for the European Union and for the Europeans. And by the way, working as Europeans with the cooperation of all the Europeans, not just those being part and members of the EU, is extremely important. This is why our European political community is so important, because this is a way to cooperate from UK to Turkey. And when you speak about this existential threat for the Europeans, when you speak about cooperation against narco-traffic, and we will work on that tomorrow, against terrorist groups, or against existential threat or the conflictuality with some powers like Russia, this is absolutely critical.
What is your reaction to many drones attacks in several EU countries, including Denmark?
For the, sorry? Look, I was mentioning that to your colleagues. I think it means that we are tested. In some countries, it's clearly established and linked to Russia. In some other countries like yours, I remain very careful. But it means that we have to improve our equipments collectively and cooperate to have early warning system, much more anti-drone system, and much more capacities as well to deter our enemies, and a proper cooperation. And this is why the meeting this afternoon is so important. I will be very cautious. I don't want to attribute so rapidly.
What can you do before France has launched an investigation into a Russian shadow war vessel that is presented on Danish waters and which is now in the French coast. What can you tell us about this investigation, and is there a link with these drone incursions that we've seen in the Danish airspace?
It is not me to establish this link, and I will remain very careful. But I think our Navy made its job, and it was a very important operation. Now it's under the control of our justice. And this is the best evidence of the fact that in the Baltic Sea, in the North Sea, in the Atlantic Ocean, in Mediterranean Sea, you have a lot of vessels precisely being part of this shadow fleet. Our assessment is that something between 600 and 1,000 boats are part of this shadow fleet, and they do contribute to the financing of the Russian economy and the Russian war effort, probably at least for a third of this war effort. So if we want to be efficient, we have to sanction these boats, the insurance companies, the ports. This is what we are doing. And by the way, we do it with the 19th package of sanction. But we have as well to cooperate and organize ourselves in order collectively to be much more efficient and to be sure that all these boats are compliant with our international rules and national rules. It was not the case for this operation. And obviously everything we can establish and clarify after the drone attack for Denmark, we will do it, be sure. And I want here to reiterate all my solidarity. We provided some equipment for the protection of your air in the days to come in the context of this summit. You are a very strong and very well-equipped country with a very impressive army, but we will cooperate on all these issues.
What do you think about discussion to send long-range missiles from the United States to Ukraine? Discussion about possibility to send from
I think all the discussions which allow Ukrainians to resist much more efficiently and end this war are good discussions. Thank you.
Comparing the situation to the one heading up to World War II, do you agree with that?
Say it again.
Mette Frederiksen is comparing the times we're in right now to the one leading up to World War II. Do you agree with that?
I think we all have to be very cautious because we are in a time of confrontation with a lot of hybridity. This is why we have to be strong to deter any aggressions, but we have to remain as well very cautious and avoid any escalation. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Merci.
empezar ya. Bueno, sabéis que este es un consejo muy importante para Europa en un contexto difícil, complejo, que estamos viviendo en el este de la frontera europea como consecuencia de los ataques híbridos que está sufriendo Europa y también, lógicamente, de la guerra en Ucrania perpetrada por Putin y por su neoimperialismo. Vamos a hablar del apoyo que Europa le va a seguir dando a Ucrania, a un pueblo que lo que quiere es decidir libremente sobre su futuro y, por tanto, integrarse en Europa. Y, por supuesto, también hablar del importante reto de la industria de la defensa y de la seguridad en distintos ámbitos. Uno, evidentemente, el de la industria de la defensa clásica, que nos provea de la autonomía suficiente y de las capacidades para poder responder al desafío geopolítico que representa el neoimperialismo de Putin. En segundo lugar, desde el punto de vista también del ámbito digital, todo lo que tiene que ver con la desinformación y lamentablemente hemos visto a lo largo de estas últimas semanas como